Behind your back. Behind your back, buddy. Behind your back.
It was supposed to be just another ordinary evening in a quiet residential neighborhood. A woman came home, tired, probably expecting nothing more than a difficult conversation. What she walked into instead was a nightmare that would leave a house in flames, a community shaken, and an innocent cat dead. This is the story of one man's rage, and the moment a simple argument became a crime scene. Officers arrived to find a woman standing outside her own home, unable to go back in. The man inside was her boyfriend. He was furious, and according to her, he had already made his intentions terrifyingly clear. Officers immediately moved to keep her away from the door.
Let's get some cover, guys. We gotta cover. You gotta get some cover, man.
She was shaken but cooperative, desperate for officers to understand just how volatile the situation inside had already become. The man wasn't just angry. He had made a promise, and that promise involved a gas can. The officer pressed her carefully, trying to understand exactly what had sparked the confrontation. The answer was simple and devastating. She had wanted him gone. He had refused to leave, and somewhere between that demand and that refusal, something in him had completely snapped.
Dial it down when I came over.
What was he saying?
He's just pissed. He's not going back to jail.
Another lady just pulled up who lives over here, so there's nobody else other than him in the house right now. He said he grabbed the gas can.
I got the other.
He said, if you call the cops, you gotta call an ambulance too.
She said it plainly. He was furious, and he had one thing on his mind. He was not going back to jail. Those words, spoken so calmly, told officers everything they needed to know about who they were dealing with and how far he might be willing to go. What she revealed next stopped everyone cold. The moment she had reached for her phone, the moment she considered calling for help, he had grabbed the gas can. And then came the threat. If you call the cops, you better call an ambulance too. He meant every word.
Police! Get out of the house right now. Come to me now. Move. Is there anyone else in the house? Go. You guys stay over here by the SWAT.
Officers now had a critical piece of the puzzle. This was no longer a domestic disturbance. This was a man armed with accelerant, barricaded inside a residential building, with a documented willingness to follow through on his threats. The clock had already started ticking. She gave officers one more crucial detail. The bedroom was directly to the left. That's where he would be. Officers mapped the layout in their heads and approached the front door with everything they had just learned weighing heavily on them. The door opened. Officers called out, calm, measured, professional. They offered him a conversation, a way out, a chance to end this without anyone getting hurt. And the silence that answered them was louder than any threat he could have spoken out loud. His name was Kyle. That much she gave them. Officers immediately tried to reach him directly. 2 calls placed back to back.
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! More defense, hands up. Captain, by us.
Both went straight to voicemail. He wasn't picking up, he wasn't coming out. But he hadn't disappeared either. A radio transmission crackled through. Kyle had briefly appeared at the front door on the west side, then pulled himself back inside. And somewhere inside that house, the gas can was still with him. Officers asked about animals inside, a detail that seemed small but mattered deeply. 2 dogs, she said, not friendly. The picture inside that house was growing darker by the second. A volatile man, accelerant, animals, and now a 10 to 15 minute standoff with no resolution in sight. And then, everything changed in an instant. The radio erupted. Flames were coming out of the front door. Kyle had done exactly what he said he would do. The standoff was over. The crisis had just begun.
Here. Give that to them.
Suspect encounter. From inside the burning house came a voice, almost casual, almost taunting. Kyle had heard the officers outside, and rather than fear or surrender, what he offered them was a taunt wrapped in smoke. Officers had no time left for patience. The building was on fire. He was still inside, and every second of hesitation now had a cost.
Right on the other side of this house right here.
We gotta help you. Hold on, guys. Kyle, we gotta help you, bud. Get down on the ground for us. Get on the ground so we can help you.
Officers gave the command with everything they had. Get out. Now. Move. The urgency was total. The fire was spreading fast, and the structure would not hold much longer. One officer secured the perimeter while others pushed forward. Into the heat, into the chaos, toward a man who had just set his own world on fire. And then Kyle emerged. But what officers saw when he stepped out stopped them cold. His neck was torn open, a deep, severe laceration. He was bleeding heavily.
Hands behind your back. Behind your back. Behind your back. Behind your back. Head up. Head up. Right here. Right here.
He had not just burned the house. Something far darker had happened inside those walls in the minutes no one could see. Officers immediately called to hold fire. This man needed medical help, not bullets. He stood near the fence, unsteady, bleeding, but not surrendering. Officers called to him over and over. "Come to us. We want to help you." But Kyle wasn't moving toward them. He was playing a different game, standing at the edge, daring them, delaying. Every second he stood there, more blood left his body. Officers huddled fast. The situation was razor thin. Kyle might be carrying knives. That information had already come through. He was visibly wounded and losing blood rapidly. If they waited too long, he would lose consciousness and the window to safely take him into custody would close forever. A decision had to be made. The plan was locked in. Move in with the taser. If he resisted, they would deploy it. One officer kept lethal force ready as a last resort. This was not aggression. This was the only way to get a bleeding, potentially armed man into custody before the fire consumed everything around them, and before Kyle ran out of time. Officers moved in with controlled aggression, commanding Kyle to the ground, repeating it over and over as his resistance flickered.
Right here.
Get on your stomach. On hands behind your back. The commands were firm, the intention clear. Kyle went down. Hands were secured. The arrest was made right as the fire fully took over the structure behind them. Someone from the crowd called out, "Did you shoot him?" The answer was immediate and firm. No. No one had fired a single shot. The wound on Kyle's neck was self-inflicted, a detail that reframed everything about what had happened inside that house during those 15 minutes of silence. He had not just tried to burn everything down, he had turned on himself too. Paramedics worked fast. A deep neck laceration, unconscious. Burn marks around the nose from the smoke and flames he had chosen to stand inside. Officers relayed everything. The argument, the gas can, the standoff, the fire, the fence, the grab. In 15 brutal minutes, one man had managed to destroy almost everything around him, and nearly himself. Kyle survived. He was treated at the hospital for a severe neck wound and burns to his nasal passage. Injuries that told the story of just how far he had been willing to go that night. The house was not a total loss, but it was gutted, uninhabitable, scarred from the inside out.
Hold on.
Appears to have lacerations in the neck as well. He's not conscious.
A community service officer who had simply been there to help secure the street was hospitalized for smoke inhalation. An innocent bystander pulled into someone else's destruction. And upstairs, a tenant who had done absolutely nothing wrong lost her valuables, her belongings, and her cat. A living creature who never had a chance to escape the smoke. All of it, every single loss that night, traced back to one man's refusal to walk away. Kyle is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.